Welcome back to Han Took Shots First yet again. This episode, we're talking about I have friends everywhere. I'm Derrick.
I'm Snack Door.
I'm the classy alcoholic.
And Chut Chut.
Houdini!
I opened a beer, and it was like Stone Cold Steve Austin opened a beer in my living room.
Oh, no. Hey, Derek, remember when we were recording a podcast and I spilled Fireball all over your floor?
Yeah. Trying to eat through my floor like the alien from Alien.
I'm an idiot. Anyway.
I mean, if Fireball doesn't get that stain out, just burn it to the ground.
So yes, this is episode 5 of season 2. I Have Friends Everywhere, directed again by Ariel Kleinman and written by what my phone corrected to Beautiful Williman.
Oh,
instead of Bo Williman.
Is he with Sexy Mads Mikkelsen?
Sexy Mads and Beautiful Will.
It's sexy Andor in this episode. We're going to get to it.
He was Andorable.
This is what I've been waiting for, honestly, since the show started, is him going into like the rich areas, dolling himself up, not being working class, pretending to be high society, fancy hair, slick back. Oh, loved it.
I actually thought it was going to be on Chandrilla. Like during the previews, I was like, oh, dude, he's going to meet Mon Mothma. Like, that's going to be fucking awesome. He's going to be at the wedding, looking all fucking like he belongs. But this is just as hoity-toity, I would say, as artisan.
He's supposed to be a clothing designer. He strikes me as a clothing designer.
He fucking does blood splatters patterns all the time, dude. Oh my god, I love this shit with the bullet hole. Look at that's so authentic. Yes, authentic.
Diego Luna, excellent performance. You know, you can tell he's being like, "Hey, everybody, I'm just like a fancy art designer." Kind of like when Luthen puts on the wig versus when he's like,
"Hello."
Yeah, where do you think he learned it from? Right?
Yeah. Learned it from watching you.
Learned it from watching you, Luthen.
I do like the setup here, like because we start with him. We do find out, by the way, that they are on Coruscant.
Yes,
but they're clearly not. They're not in the part we've seen, which is always like fancy stuff, or even like the kind of block apartments that Edie Karn lives in. But this seems more like the quote unquote slums, but maybe not quite down in level 1313 that Jack likes to tell us about. But
I love to talk about 1313.
But it just looks more.
At least it has a view, normal. Though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, he basically goes to these weird people to buy like a Gorman disguise, and is he buying a whole identity? Is this where he gets the tape and stuff too?
Maybe.
Because Luthen didn't give him shit. They just gave him a place to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So he got his go bag, his outfit, his fake name, backstory from this couple.
Because he's got friends everywhere.
Yeah,
dude, there's no way I'm remembering all this information. You live in 51574 on level 34937 in the. I'm like five.
You lost me at the third number. 51 what?
I can remember my locker combination in high school. No, I can't, but I could then. That's about as far as I go.
I live in Tucson. We live in Tucson. Sorry. I've been to Derrick's house a bunch of times. I have no idea what your fucking address is. I literally don't. I have it saved. I know where to go. I know how to get there. I have no clue. If I can't even remember that shit.
Yeah, same.
We do have some time with Bix a little bit. Luthen comes to visit her. And dude, I mean, I guess he didn't think this through, because as soon as the doors open and she sees Luthen, she's like, well, Cassian's dead.
Oh, no.
I took it for a second. I was like, oh, she thinks he's there to kill her. But it's 100%. Yeah, like, and Cassian's gone, right? It's like, no, not that. I just wanted to come check on you.
He does catch her, like find her drugs. She's like, I just use it to sleep. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that movie, dude.
Yes, I use half of this fucking whiskey bottle to sleep every night. Hey, it puts me to sleep. What can I say? It does work. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
There's gonna be screaming alien babies crawling around on her roof or her ceiling pretty soon.
The mom from Requiem for a Dream was just using those pills to stay thin.
Does this bus go to Alderaan?
I'm gonna be on Good Morning Coruscant.
Oh man, we get a fucking talk show here.
We get Space Hoda.
I felt a little attacked when she's laying in her bed all fucking drugged out with a gun and she's just watching daytime TV. I felt a little
snacks everywhere. She looked like fucking Demi Moore in The Substance.
I feel a little maybe they got a brief look at my day.
Just chilling with a gun and some drugs.
Yeah.
I wonder what's on TV.
Before we get into this episode, I wanted to see if you guys knew this because I just found out between episodes 3 and 4. I read something online that Tony Gilroy said. We all knew that every season is a new year, a separate year, right? Leading up to Rogue One. But I didn't realize that 3 episodes are only 3 days every time. Did you know that? I thought that maybe it would go spanning.
I figured they were tight, but I didn't think they were that tight. That's
3 consecutive days, he said.
3 crazy nights.
Yeah. So I like fucking Deadwood. I didn't realize because I thought, well, this will be weird. You know, you can time jump in those 3 episodes and cover 8 months, whatever. But no, they're not doing that, which makes it feels like they're constricting themselves more, right?
Yeah, but it's working.
Yeah, I guess this is the most important event of each year. Kind of.
Yeah, does that make sense?
There's a lot going on, but
just imagine that the rest of the year is filled up with this many types of things. This is just the most important part.
Yeah,
right. And they're doing a good job of like filling in the gaps. Like, oh, you shot that soldier. He's a kid from last episode. Blah blah blah. You don't need to see it, and you know the drama comes from their argument about it.
Yeah, and I mean, so basically, like Luthen is just trying to make sure that Bix is not gonna die because he needs her, not for her or anything she provides, other than for the comfort, basically the sanity of Cassian.
He knows what Andor will do, how he'll go about it if she's gone, if they lose her.
Yeah,
I need you healthy, he says.
Yeah. Need you healthy.
You have to do your squats, do your Pilates. Yeah, you need to. Oh, gotta keep you tight.
Have you tried drinking water and exercising? Have you tried not being depressed?
Or just not drinking water and exercising. That's what people do before movies when they're trying to get extra ripped.
Yeah, but for like everyone that tells you you're supposed to not be depressed, it's water and exercise.
Water.
I drink water.
Sunshine.
Halfway there.
A lot of sleep. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm out.
Yeah.
Does it count as exercise if I get up to put in a movie 4 different times?
No. No. And it might, except for how many beers you're drinking during those movies, pal?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, none of your fucking business. What are you a fucking ISB agent here?
Yes. We actually have on good authority. You're having about 4 beers per average during movies.
Look, I only have 2 beers in front of me.
How many behind you? How many? Show me your nearest bottle of recording whiskey.
How many ahead of you?
My boy lives like a fucking bootlegger. He's got his own speakeasy in his recording studio,
which is my living room.
Hides it from himself. Yeah, well, a lot of speakeasies doubles other things, Derrick.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's what makes it a speakeasy.
Yeah, otherwise it's just a bar in your living room. Which you have.
So we do find out, like, I mean, we've kind of seen it in the first arc there, but Clea and Luthen are not doing well.
No, not at all.
They have too many fucking balls in the air, and they're getting on each other's nerves.
He says it too, man. He's like, I can't fucking keep it straight. The numbers, the information, the time, the bugs, like the fucking mics. I don't. And she's like, you done? Like, knock it off.
Last episode, the Empire was arresting too many people. This episode, they're bugging too many people. That's just too much to handle.
Yeah, right? It's a little bit of a mirror. You know, like, hey, we get what you're going through with the too many arrest things because I have way too much information on you guys.
Yeah, it's
you want to just take a break for a little bit, just like Rebellion and Empire need a mental health day.
it's it lets us know basically like how much this is putting on him, not allowing anybody else in.
Yeah.
Like he's got a ton of people, but like none of them know each other. Like nobody. I mean, we saw it last time and a little bit more this time with Willman and Saw Gerrera's people, and it's like, well, who did you learn from? And it's like, I'm not telling you. Like nobody can tell anybody anything because nobody knows anything except for Luthen, and
because humans
too
fail.
much for him. Yeah.
I think it's doing a good job of showing how things are getting worse and will only get worse as you get closer to Rogue One, because shit is not going to get better. We know what happens. It doesn't get better till fucking after Return of the Jedi, kind of.
We know the end game here, and it's not better right away.
Yeah. So basically, the big thing here is through one of their bugs, they find out that Davros Skolden found a forgery in his collection, which means he's going to have everything reevaluated, which means one of the pieces that's in the collection that came from Luthen and has the bug in it is going to be discovered. And I mean, that's kind of their whole thing, but it's like, well, if he finds it, then I guess we'll deal with that bridge when we get to it.
No, it was more like, because he's removing it after the party. Clearly we're going to that party. We have to fucking remove it at the party. Like, well, if not, we better get prepared to get the fuck out then. Like, that's it. We have two options. Option one is get the bug. Option two is we are done with this, and now we go Saw Gerrera style.
We're burnt, yeah, absolutely. And I don't. Maybe she's saying like we'll try to kill Davros Skolden at the party, pull him aside, but that's too risky. That's too.
No way.
It's his party. No way. I think they're just burnt.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't have another suspicious Uber twirling accident.
People are getting spun out of space Ubers at an alarming rate in this day and age. I don't know why the Empire is not talking about this publicly, but these fucking cars, these Teslas, are flipping people out of them in mid-flight.
Mon Mothma's trying to get like a safety bill passed. Is like the number of space Uber accidents are going up 50%.
50% if the Empire's numbers are real.
It's like, look, man, I've got a lot of investment in Spoober. Okay, I'm not going on this bill for you. Yes, they kill a lot of people, but they're making a profit. Profits are up 20% on Spoober.
Karn goes to Coruscant to visit his mom and Dedra, but really it's to go have a meeting with Partagaz.
Yeah, well, we get a little bit of a sexy time between Dedra and Cyril.
Dude, Whitney said last episode and said it again this episode, like, they are so fucking awkward.
Yeah.
It's like they both want it, but they just stare at each other blankly. And I was like, well, this is what it's like if both people in the relationship are autistic and not just one like ours.
Yeah. This is a love without Whitney.
What did our lovely other guest say?
She started singing Opposites Attract by Paula Abdul, but saying Autistics Attract.
That joke only flies if she sang it like Randy Newman.
And if there's a little cartoon cat around there.
But I do like their thing. He walks into her apartment and it's like, how long do we have? An hour? And she's like, the way it's delivered with her eyes is an hour, you say, but the way it's delivered out loud is an hour.
Yeah.
Turn off the lights.
Yeah. Hit the lights.
She tells him that she had him followed just to be safe, and he is hard as a rock. He's like, you had me followed.
Also, I think it's funny because he's like, no one followed me here. He's like, no one followed me here. I know I was watching. And she's like, I know, I had you followed. So someone did follow you there and you didn't notice. Yeah. So you're not good at this.
Oh my God, my girlfriend is stalking me. She's using other people to do it, but she is such in love with me.
This goes one of two ways. Either like they're both they don't actually have sex. They don't even reproduce asexually. They squat down and lay an egg is how these two work. Or they get fucking nasty. Like they're spitting in the butts. They're like spreading peanut butter on ball. Like which
I
one
think it's the latter. I think it's the latter, dude. I think it's wild. I think that she's gonna get like this on him, and he's just gonna squeal for more. ISB inside me.
You see how like sterile her apartment is? That is not how her bedroom is.
Exactly.
There's chains and leather and
it's that sterile. She has a piss bot, just a bot that cleans up fucking urine.
She has a big metal bucket just filled with hot wax. You know.
Oh yeah.
He's taking bologna and just like flicking at her ass crack while she's like bending over.
They get all.
This is what we do for an hour.
They get all high on Borgullet and then just go to town like stoned rabbits. Borgullet.
So Cyril, that doesn't matter. He goes to see his mom, but no one cares.
I do. My favorite character in Star Wars.
I was gonna say we know something happens. She just gives some of the best dialogue. Look at this spider. Maybe I'll call him Cyril because there's nothing here, and he's a terrible son. He's a disregard for things, and look at him with his tiny penis. It'll be just like you here, ignoring me.
I had to write it down. He said, "Oh, I'll call the spider Cyril because of the silence, the brooding, and the disregard for common sense. It's like having you here." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I mean, Classy said it last episode that this is his favorite character in Star Wars, and I don't think you were joking.
No,
and I don't. Normally, I'd be like, "Ugh, somebody's just being fucking weird and trying to." No, she's fucking fantastic, and she's so. Weirdly not Star Wars, but works in it.
I'll take this spider in your room and put it on top of a stack of pornography. It'll be just like you're here.
On top of a stack of bologna. I know what you like. You know what? I'll say that favorite character also best written lines for her because the clever way to make her just be such a shit and just break him down. It's the character has that.
Now that she thinks the relationship is over, that guard that Dedra built in last arc, where it's like, hey, if you're an asshole to him, he'll see you less. But now she thinks the relationship's over, so she's right back to being an asshole.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that. That's why she's being extra cunty.
Also, you got it. We have to probably have her like die in between the arcs, and there's like either a funeral scene or like talking about it, and that's going to be the worst day of my life.
Cyril's going to kill her.
Also, possibly that, yeah.
He's gonna just snap and just be like, "See what you make me did, mommy."
He's like, "This is how hard you choke, you coward. I'll be dead in like an hour and a half.
You're doing it all wrong. If your sister would have survived the womb, she would have killed me already.
The wrong fetus died.
Wrong fetus died."
We won't know she's dead till the end, though, when they reveal that it's just Cyril wearing her wig and yelling at himself.
Dedra's the only person that knew how to handle it. Everybody else is like, dude, have you met his mom? It's just him in a wig. It's really fucking strange.
Talking about how small his own penis is.
I get that you want to be your own mom, but why is she so deprecating?
Pretend we don't know that's him, but everybody knows, dude.
But he does go to give his report to Partagaz, and basically their thing here is like, which we'll talk about Gorman in just a second, but they're setting up for like a heist, and the ISB's thing, or at least not even the ISB, these three who know what's going on, is like, let's let them do it because it'll make them then do something even dumber.
It's the same kind of idea as the last season when they found the dead pilot. They're like, no, we can't just bring this in. We have to let the line out a little bit for our fish.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me like Dedra was being a little bit apprehensive. She's like, we're skeptically confident kind of thing. And then Cyril burst in. He's like, here's what I think we should do. Just so you know, here's my plan. And it goes well. I thought for a second it was going to be like know your fucking place, dude. You were kicked out of the police force, you know.
Yeah, you're nothing here but our CI basically. Like, stop giving your opinion.
Know your fucking place. But it went well.
Partagaz, he says, "Good job, Cyril," and then again, hard as a rock. Oh,
dude, this was him coming. This was like I think I saw his leak face. Because he's just like, if I said this was the best day ever, would it actually ruin anything? Like, hey, good to see your heart again, happy again.
Oh, we skipped over the fact that the ISB comes into Cyril's office and they find the Gene Hackman fucking bugs under the basement.
The way I split things up is usually by planet, and it mixes up a little bit this time. But that's where we're at right now. We're getting to Gorman. So to talk we talk about that. They're coming looking for shit, and I love his thing. Like, they do find a bug in his office, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, because I'm bugging myself. We all just bug our own offices."
Kicking staplers or whatever the space equivalents of staplers are.
Yeah, it's good because like he's playing the role of like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't bug his own office, but he knew it was there.
He knew.
Oh yeah.
So,
well,
that was part of the
He wanted
plan.
his office bugged. He wanted these people to come after him.
Yeah, exactly. But this also adds to helping his cover, which is why nobody but the 15 people in the Nazi meeting in the first episode are privy to what's going on.
They might not even know. I think it just might be these two.
Yeah, but I just meant this plan in general. Like there's a reason. Like all these little soldiers don't know. The people who are telling them what to do don't know.
Yeah,
because that way it's still. He gets arrested at one point, or at least detained, and they're all going to be interviewed and all this stuff. So, it helps build his cover a little bit more.
Gives him that street cred, man. He's been in the fucking pen. You know what I'm saying? Me and Andor are the same type of person. He spent time in prison. I spent time in prison.
I didn't snitch either.
I didn't snitch. You see this? I got this teardrop when I was in there. Dude, this fucking chocolate. That's a piece of a Hershey's Kiss, bro. Calm down.
Is that a teardrop or is that a little Jedi logo? I wouldn't worry about it.
Is that a teardrop or are you just talking to your mother?
You want to know how he got those scars?
The Gorman front people, of course, know what's going on because they had the wiretap. So they go and look into him a little more and find his locked records from Morlana 1 from the first season. So it's like, oh, cool. He's a disgraced ISB officer. He'll definitely help us now.
These fucking clowns. These fucking gullible, poor, innocent baby clowns. They think they got it all figured out. They do not.
I got heavy French Revolution vibes because they're all artists and kind of softer type people that are, they can't do much, but they're trying to do some sort of underground. And they're like you're saying, they're green. Like, you don't have a fucking thing figured. Andor kind of hips them up a little bit.
Yeah,
but they don't want to fucking listen. Anybody else missing Mox? Moxon, the heavy set guard from Morlana 1. I wish he was. I don't know where.
Yeah, the Scottish guy. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the Scottish.
That's right, sir. You're Andor. Yes, can you hear me? I don't know where he fits in this season, but I want him back.
That dude's been in so much shit though. Like the actor, he works a lot. Okay. So I don't know
good,
that he's coming back.
Well, I'm being greedy.
No, I love the guy. Yeah. Also, the very first shit in Star Wars, as y'all talked about in the first season, was from him. The second shit in Star Wars was Andor in Episode 1 when he can't fly that TIE fighter.
Oh yeah, nice.
I caught that.
This Star Wars fucks
and shits.
And those bologna slices that.
We also did see our first. We also did see our first toilet, so it does shit
and underwear.
But yeah, so Ryland's like meets up with Cyril Karn, and he's like, "Look, I still don't have any information, guys." And they're like, "We don't need information. We just want to get to these transports, so we need to find out basically when they're going to be running." Because he's like, "All these records are classified." They're like, "Good, let us know which ones are classified."
Yeah,
those are the ones we want.
Because all the other ones are so precisely telling you exactly what's in them that we need the ones that tell us what's not in them.
They're so excited, and they're so excited to get this info from Cyril. I feel bad for them, honestly.
Yeah, you should. I think we're supposed to. But but if you're a little baby rebellion, of course you're excited. You're like, oh my God, we just got started and we hit a home run on info. This is too good to be true.
We have an inside guy like our second week, guys.
When you see how
we did it our first time, we flipped somebody on our first fucking try.
You see how inexperienced they are because Cyril brings this tape from his office to the spider salesman dude in the town square. And the guy's just like, no one's watching you. Just slide it on the thing. Yeah. It's like, dude, assume someone is always watching you.
But also don't look back like...
Yeah.
Like if they are watching you, now we know you did something shady. It's the international sign.
So you look back and forth because if you're being shady or you're about to say something racist to your friend at the bar.
All right, we got him over there. He either just did a handoff where he said some really racist joke. I can't even tell if it was funny or not. Over.
Andor does show up on Gorman now as Valerian Sky.
Ooh, that sounds like such a good color.
It's just it's a weird crossover between that what is it, Valerian and the Thousand Planets or whatever, and Vanilla Sky.
See, I was thinking it's the space version of Zoolander's look, Blue Sky or Blue Steel. Give him the look, give him the Valerian Sky.
That's Andor's look.
He's nailing it. Andor. I already want a shirt with his face. This look, this haircut, his face, Andorable. Copyright, trademarked. Hansik Shots.
Yeah, I'll throw it up on the merch store. It'll be up by the time we do next week's episodes.
Sweet.
I can do it probably.
I'll buy one.
But we see that he's experienced. Obviously, we know that we learn here that he's still like figuring stuff out. He doesn't really, maybe he's not fully in the way Luthen is, but like he starts talking up this bellhop at the hotel, and not about anything secret yet. But it's like they're not supposed to talk about the Tarkin massacre. Surprise, the hotel employees are not supposed to discuss murder with the guests.
Weird. I don't know why they said not to talk about it. It's super not depressing.
But he gets him to talk by being charming and giving him some money. And like I feel like it's just like, hey, let's open up some resources here because he doesn't know anything about these people at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think he wants to see like the general population's opinion. This guy, I don't think he kind of knows this isn't the underground or the Gorman front, rather. He's just like, let me see what the general population feels about this Empire monument visitor center.
And we find out that this guy's dad was killed in the massacre, saving him. So he's like, ooh, this is helpful.
And we found out what the massacre was. It was Tarkin wanted to land a shuttle. People were there to protest. They couldn't land, so more people showed up. They thought they'd have strength in numbers. And Tarkin just opened up fire on 500 people, unarmed.
And no one cared if they weren't on Gorman.
Yep. Because the Empire probably spun it where they were like, well, we thought we had reports of weapons of mass destruction. The Gormans had yellow cake.
The Gormans had VX gas. It was in these little green balls, and it was on like a DNA strand thing. It's really weird.
The Gormans go home and complain about their best. Alderaanians go home and fuck the prom queen.
Mothma was the prom queen.
I was going to say Princess Leia was the prom queen. Stupid.
Oh, man. Not pick the button. Honey bun hair is naughty. Yeah, I like that.
Naughty. Honey bear. Cinnamon bun hair is naughty.
Cinnamon bun, that's what I'm trying to say. I did read a blurb. Like, I didn't click on the article because it looked like a clickbait thing. It said a veteran character was recast for Andor, and it was in the style of like, you'll never believe who was recast for Andor. So I didn't click that shit. I'm assuming.
I think I saw that one, and I did click it because I'm an idiot. And I think if it's the one I saw, it's like there were people who were recast as other characters in this, like that were already in Disney Plus Star Wars things, including the first season of Andor. Now they'll be back as other characters or something weird. Like that. Maybe I'm confusing it with another one I was reading, but it's dumb.
It's going to be one of the people that's wearing like full prosthetics. Like, can you believe that they recast the guy that plays Two Tubes?
Can you believe Doug Jones plays more than one character in this?
The gall to have Doug Jones play more than one character. My God.
Andy Serkis is back, but he's not playing Kino Lorber. He's playing Space
Did you know
Golem.
that he actually voices Snoke? Shared universe?
But this girl Enza, who is Rylands' daughter, finds Cassian in this coffee shop and like super obvious comes, oh hey, you're Valerian Sky, aren't we good friends? And he's like, this person walks away and he leans over and he's like, dude, you already fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who I am. I could be ISB, I could be a snitch, I could be I could be the guy you're looking for, but you guys could all be in a fucking cell when this is over.
He says something about my friend, and she's like, well, why didn't your friend show up? He's like, maybe I am the friend. Then he goes around like, maybe you have no fucking clue. You are so dead. Your rebellion's so fucking dead before it gets started.
He says something like, I am who you want me to be, but only because you're lucky or something like that.
Right. Gorman, more like Borman. Am I right? Get the hell off this rock.
Gorman, more like going to jail, man.
And basically he's just like, hey, I'll meet with you guys tomorrow, but by the way, all those people you have tailing me, make them go away.
They're just
I
drawing
can see
attention.
them, which means everybody else can see them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are so bad at this. I cannot stress this enough.
So he does go meet up with Rylance.
Go back to making silk underwears.
Rylance is upset that Luthen's not there. He's like, well, I spoke to Luthen on the radio. He doesn't say Luthen, but I spoke to him on the radio, but I've never met him. And he's like, yeah, and you never will.
Yeah.
So just come to grips with that. They have this crystal thing that's kind of weird. That's like, it's supposed to code the radio so they can whatever.
I think they'll be able to actually communicate with like Luthen and other people in just complete privacy. Okay. It's a trace buster is what I took from it.
Trace buster.
Ooh.
Oh, they do. He does tell Cassian that they have an Imperial source, and Cassian's like, dude, he's lying to you. Whoever it is lying to you.
They feed information for a living. They're good at it.
Like, no, this guy's legit. We know. We believe him. We know.
He took me out for drinks, dude. He bought me the top shelf strongest shit.
He showed me a picture of his girlfriend's hand in his butt.
It was great. It was like this. Dude, don't do that maneuver. Don't do that maneuver in the streets. You get beat up here. Stop doing that.
But they tell him about the military transport they want to attack, and it's like the only way, like, what was it? We're gonna have to start our own army, and it's like, have you done this before? And we do get that, like, kind of like it's almost he's this close to looking at the camera and being like, "Ain't I a stinker?" Have you done this before? Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, just bling. Does a little wink to Cam.
And like they basically take him with them while they're casing the transports, and he sees their whole plan. And when he's talking to Rylance afterwards, he's like, look, the stealing the stuff, you guys got it. It's not that hard. The hard part is getting away, and you're not doing that. You're going to steal it and then stay here.
You're going to live at the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
And advertise that you did it to try to get people to your cause. Like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
And Rylance gets all pissed and storms out, and he's like, I said good day.
This is you are doing all the things that Luthen would be mad about.
Yeah.
And he even says, tell your friend I'm not impressed by you, by your, how smart you are and how well you know what you're doing.
He literally just told me to tell you the same thing. He literally just texted me and said, I'm not fucking impressed by those Borman.
We've got a little bit going on back on Dakar. I mean, it's kind of the rest of the episode here.
Oh, but, real quick, Dakar. This is where the Resistance is in The Force Awakens.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. This is like I thought it looked familiar, but there's a certain shot of these bunkers built into the hills that is just. I had to look it up, and it is Dakar.
Is it at the beginning with Max von Sydow, or where
no
Peter Django alien is?
Not neither of those. It's where Leia and Poe and all them are set up with the X-wings and whatnot.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, where they have the first like meeting kind of thing early on. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I remember there being
I know you'll see him get
big meeting in the dark.
I know you'll see him like from this place scramble all the X-wings to go to Maz Kanata's.
Okay.
So you'll just see like that hillside in a shot.
So when they moved in like 8 years, there's just like a skeleton sitting in the doorway from this dude Pluty.
Yep. Yep.
Like, well, let's just move that outside.
Just somebody fucking smeared shit in the walls that says Saul was here.
Wait, 8 years? It's like closer to 40 because it's the original trilogy and then Force Awakens. Wasn't it like 20 years?
No, but it's
30.
I don't know. Yeah, how long?
Well, it's at least 20.
Okay.
Well, it's as long as I guess as it took
in between 6 and 7 is at least 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jedi and Force Awakens.
Yeah, you're right because Luke is old and Han is old and
well,
they're all old.
Because it was old.
Because it was actually what 40 years. So
yeah, it might be closer to that.
But Yeah, Willman is training this guy on all the variations of the thing, and he's still trying to question him. And this guy just keeps fucking it up too. And he's like, "I knew I wasn't supposed to do that, but it did it anyway.
I'm an idiot, dummy.
Stupid."
And we do have Pluty talking to Saw, and Saw's like, "So did you learn everything yet? Because I'm ready to shoot that dude in the face."
Yeah, dude,
we're not sending him back.
You don't need him. Get the fuck rid of him. It's amazing.
Wait, what? No, you got him on loan from Luthen. You returned him the way you found him, sir.
Yeah, you got to rewind him and everything.
Well, I don't know what that means to Saul, so don't do that.
I'll make him a baby. Babality.
Rewind him. Make him a toddler. Then a baby. Then a fetus.
Directed by David Fincher.
Then sperm.
He's gonna eat caviar with Kate Blanchett on a boat. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. For those of you who haven't seen it, which should be most of you, because that movie is boring.
I think you should see it once.
I was thinking about Altered States.
I've not seen that one.
Oh, okay. You guys should see Altered States. It's got William Hurt, and he likes to do mushrooms and sensory deprivation at the same time.
Ooh, cool.
And eventually it makes him devolve into an ape man and go on a rampage in the city. It's a good movie.
Rad.
All right. Yeah, that does sound pretty rad.
But basically, like, Pluty is talking to Saw, and he's like, "Look, I think I've got this down, but there's so much shit going on."
Pluty is talking to Saw, and you just roll right through it.
Yeah.
You're questioning me, Star Wars guy? You just throw names at me, and I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, I grew up with those. Nobody should grow up with Pluty.
Well, he's gonna start his own TV, like, free streaming channel. All right, so
then there's gonna be a blaxploitation film based on called Pluty Tang.
Well, he was going to start his channel or make a movie, but I think those plans got derailed.
Yeah. Because basically he's like, "Look, tell me which location we're going to be at, and I'll get good at that one." And we saw last episode that Saw doesn't want to talk. He's like, any of them, right? But he tells this guy right up front, he's like, "We're going to the Marquez Moon of the Neen Valley, blah, blah, blah." And so when we come back to them, it's Saw questioning Willman about if Pluty is ready, and then he pulls out his gun and he's like, "Do you think he's ready, or do you know?" And then he shoots fucking Pluty in the face,
right in his Pluty damn face, dude.
And I don't have to say Pluty anymore.
All right, Pluty.
because it comes out that he's been sending information to the Empire. They've got spies everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 5 steps ahead, man.
Exactly. And like, he trusts no one. Like you said, he wasn't going to talk about it in front of anybody. Look at how easy it was last season when Luthen's like, "I got a spy in your room." And he's like, Who is it? Is it Tutu?
Yeah. Dude, he was about to kill his best friend.
And Tutu, well, I don't think it's his best
Or was that
friend.
Was that last season, or was that the movie?
That was last season.
It was last season, yeah.
Okay. We did them very close together.
Luthen wasn't in Rogue One.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgot about that.
There's no fucking way Luthen makes it out of this alive.
But yeah, we get them, like, he's like, "I gave him the wrong information. They're all waiting somewhere else, and we're going to be paw sex away. Fuck them.
Barbecue. Ribs. For dinner. Punch and pie."
So they zip off into hyperspace to go to whatever this other place they are. I don't think it said. I think he said, but I don't remember.
Neem or something like that.
That's the fake one. That's where they are sending the Imperials. Yeah. I like Willman's trying to do this like really intense hack into this thing where, like, if you fuck up, we're all gonna die.
Exactly.
And Saw's just back there, like, yeah, he's just back there telling us. He's like, "Oh, I remember being in the jungle. It was a real jungle, not one of those pussy jungles.
The kind where bugs eat you. Fucking bugs.
The kind where, for some reason, your clothes melt off of you. So we worked naked.
Buck ass naked until one day."
Put an onion on my belt, as was the style at the time.
I was wearing my pants a bit baggy back then. We all were. Have you ever heard of Jinkos?
Had a flat top that was very high. Have you seen the film series House Party? Was my favorite.
Have you ever heard of Saw and Play?
I can still do the dance.
But maybe he's doing it on purpose. Like he knows. He's like, you got to just take your mind off this. Or he's fucking testing him. Like, look, if this kid can stand up to my bullshit story about when me and my friends had to break dance to save our rec room, like then he's going to be just fine in a battlefield. If he dies, then fuck it. We're all dead.
That's true. That's a good point.
Rogue One 2, Electric Boogaloo.
But Saw is ready to go at any time. We know that. We know that he's
dude. Saul is not only ready to go; he is ready to fucking party because he succeeds. He succeeds, and this motherfucking like a crackhead to the flame just walks over. Is like, oh, that raw gasoline smell.
That's what I was about to say to correct something. That's why their clothes were melting off, because the place where he was working in the jungle was collecting this Rhydonium or whatever.
Yeah, and
if it's too concentrated, it'll burn you, like he talked about. So that's why he said their clothes would melt off. And I was just like, what? Because the jungle's so humid.
Yeah. It was a chemical reaction.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm from Houston. I feel like my clothes are gonna fucking melt off without humidity. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's Saw Gerrera's from Houston. He's from H-Town.
Yeah,
like Saw basically is like starts huffing gas.
I'm Saw Wall.
The separatist champ. But like, yeah, he starts huffing gas, invites Willman to huff gas with him.
Dude, I mean, how do you say no to huffing with Forrest Whitaker, man?
This is his initiation into Forrest Whitaker's group here. He's like, huff this. If you don't die, you can join us.
I didn't know you like to get wet, Willman.
Zillow Beast ain't got shit on me.
Oh, speaking of peace, Jack, what's that fucking white Wookiee looking thing that they have with them? The long hair.
This is the third time he's been asked about this because I've asked him twice.
Yeah.
2 different seasons. I was like, "Fuck's that Yeti Chewbacca going on?"
Yeah. It definitely has no Wookiee in him whatsoever. It's a whole different creature. I just can't think of it because at first, like, is that a fucking Wampa? Did they get all sentient? No, ain't no Wampa either.
That's what happens when a Wookiee fucks a Wampa.
There you go. A Wookpa.
That's like a Jack Russell Terrier and a pug mix.
Either way, it's going to have trouble breathing.
It's those disgusting little creatures from Shrek 2 that Eddie Murphy makes with a dragon.
Those abominations to nature.
Yeah. But, I mean, this scene is where we get one of the lines that you and I talked about, Jack, from the trailer. That was like a big one. It's Saw Gerrera, and he's like, "You think I'm crazy?" He's like, "No, that's the first part." Then he's like, "You're here. You're right here, and you're ready to fight."
Yeah,
and that was the thing in the trailer where I was like, goosebumps.
Because he gets. I think it's actually even deeper because he's like, "You think I'm crazy? I am. The fucking rebellion, the resistance is not for the sane." You know, and he's like, where are you right now? Like, he means mentally, you know, he's like, where are you? Be here. Be aware that wherever you are when you're ready to fucking kick this into high gear.
And he says, we'll all be dead before the Republic comes back, which is fucking wild. And he's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And he knows it. He knows there. I love that, you know, there's no getting around this. Like the sense of like fucking destiny in the show overall that we're watching. But for the characters, they fucking know how this ends. We know how it ends.
Oh, yeah. Saul might be, you know, crazy, but he's also like really aware of his situation. He's like, my job is not to fucking usher in the Republic. It's to make sure that I can hurt the Empire enough that somebody else can usher in the Republic.
When we had the amazing speech from Luthen last season, where he says, what is it? Like, I burn my future for a sunrise I'll never see.
I'm living. Yeah. I've burnt everything and I'm living for a sunrise I'll never see.
But I was just going to say, you were putting quotes around crazy for Saw, but right before he goes into that speech, he proves that he's actually insane because he's huffing the gas and he's like, you're thinking, why is he doing that? Because it's my sister, Rhino. And I'm like, okay, dude.
Hey, you know what? I think I said before on this in the cartoon, Saul Guerrero wasn't like he wasn't normal, but he was at least a little bit funner than this until his sister got killed by separatists.
So he's replaced his sister with
drugs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he'd be the first person ever to replace a fucking loved one with drugs.
Yeah, I've replaced the fucking ex-girlfriend with like every single James Bond movie and like gallons of tequila.
I'm pretty sure you replaced a loved one recently with a stocking full of Fireball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
post Christmas.
Because they were both smoking hot and ruined my life. Her and Fireball, baby.
I just replaced my hopes and dreams with what you see behind me.
Oh, come on. You got to have hope. Hope is a currency that can buy you tomorrow.
There you go.
No, I don't see hope up here.
Oh, you haven't gotten Hope Floats on Blu-ray?
Just take your copy of the Great White Hype, which I know you have, and replace it with a Hope instead of a Y.
I don't have it.
I didn't think you did.
I have White Cannibal Queen. Is that the same thing?
Not even close. Not even close.
Okay, just checking.
Well, one of these days I will talk about the Great White Hype on my other podcast, the Mixed Company Podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and...
If you want a guest on that, let me or Derrick know. One of us will join.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'll come on and talk about sports. I have no idea. I did watch Ali once.
Great movie.
I used to play a shitload of Punch-Out. So
we'll get Classy back on when we do Gladiator, not the one with Russell Crowe, the one with Brian Dennehy and Cuba Gooding Jr.
And Cuba Gooding Jr. That's a fun ass movie. I talked about it a little bit on one of my episodes.
Did you?
Just like a snippet. Yeah, we do a pop culture segment where we take a boxing movie and we do just like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, but if you want to talk about that entire movie, I have so much to say about it.
I would love to talk about that entire movie.
So where are you talking about these things?
Oh yeah, so I co-host a show called the Mixed Company Podcast about professional boxing, available on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. And if you want to follow me and get updates on the show, I'm the Classy Alcoholic on Instagram and Blue Sky.
All right, guys, I think that's it for this one. I really want to go watch the next one. So
I know I was kind of hoping we'd be faster. Like, hey, let's talk about this really quick. This happens. Episode 3. Let's fucking go.
This is shorter than most of the episodes I've been on, I will say.
True. We're getting better, man. Like just like Andor.
Yeah, it just takes us a lot longer. So tune in for the next episode coming in a day or two on What a Festive Evening, episode 6 of Andor season 2. I've been Derrick.
I'm Jack.
And I'm the Classy Alcoholic.
I'm Father Mickey McTickles. That's what I do here. My name is Mickey and I like to ticky.
Why are you at a church in Wyoming? Oh, they moved me from Ireland. Don't worry about why. I got shuffled around a bit.
They call me Father Fingers.